Stirring the coffee with chopsticks using the vortex method, the only true way to optimize the taste of your coffee at the molecular level. Good morning. Welcome to the Daybreak Show. I am the Sultan. We'll get started. But first, a sip of the Brazilian 8 o'clock coffee. Pretty happy with this. Nice. Well, if she's not sending you pictures or videos of her outfit of the day, then who is she sending them to? For those that are into dating, having a girlfriend or a boyfriend with no end goal in mind. And when I say end goal, I mean a permanent relationship. For some, that's marriage. For some, it's a civil ceremony that says you're now joined. For some, it's a religious ceremony. But towards permanence, without the move towards permanence, there can only be confusion eventually. There will be lies coming from both. I'm not saying that one gender is more noble than the other. But if permanence is not in your sight, there's trouble brewing, or the potential for trouble is brewing at all times. They can't be lying to one person and then not be lying to you. You suffer the consequences because you think you're different. I'm different. They would never do that to me. They would never lie to me, right? But they did, and you're left scratching your head, and you feel kind of betrayed. So the good news is, yeah, there is a good side to this, is that you won't be putting your guard down so easily anymore, will you? You couldn't have learned this lesson sitting in a classroom or someone talking to you like me. Most of you won't listen to what I have to say. You'll have to experience it for yourself, and then you'll remember what the Sultan said. But you have to experience it. And once you experience it, you end up having a richer life because you're not driven by the winds changing direction all the time. Your emotions, the whims of other people. You set your sails, you are at the wheel, and you are creating the direction. If you don't have a goal, it's just a ship being tossed around life's sea without a rudder giving it direction. Bill Gates says the you-know-what will be back in big numbers in October, November, just in time for the election. They're not even trying to hide it anymore, and just in time for a vaccine. Go back a few months and watch what I said about this. It's all happening. It's all true. W.C. Fields says, once during Prohibition, I was forced to live for days on nothing but food and water. He was a big alcoholic. He lived from 1880 to 1946. If you want to get some laughs, look up W.C. Fields on YouTube. Very old school humor, very, very funny. You've heard me say this before. If she won't follow you to the ends of the earth, move on, because she wants her cake and eat it too. That usually shows up within 6 months, like clockwork. But there's plenty of thirsty guys out there who will put their own dreams on hold for curvy flesh. It's amazing when a man gets that curvy flesh in his mind, what he'll do just for a few seconds of pleasure or the potential of it. Men get mesmerized. They get into a trance. Women don't get into trances as much as men do. But here's like the worst part, is that women know that men get into trances. Some take advantage of that. Some don't. Not all women are like that, but many are. So there's plenty of guys who put their dreams on hold, but you are not one of them because you are thinking clearly, aren't you? You're dialing back the emotions. You're not denying them, you're just delaying them. Just dial it back. Dial it back a little bit. When I say dial it back, that can mean several things. Dial it back when it comes to your output for other people. Dial it up when it comes to doing things for yourself. I'm not teaching selfishness. What I am teaching is this, is that a big portion of your work you think is just labor of love. When it comes to a family member, you are right in doing that. Unless it's a horrible situation. Then you have to distance yourself. But there's no such thing as loving your family too much. But you have to experience individuation, which means I have to be able to tell, when I look at you and your family members, I have to be able to tell where the family stops and you start. I encourage you to see the indie film Mustang Island with one of my new favorite actors. Well, he's not a new actor, he's new to me. Macon Blair, his name is. Mustang Island. It's on Netflix. Watch the movie and then get back to me and let me know what you thought of it. It's shot in black and white. It's dysfunctionally good. Casting is absolute gold. The two brothers are so awkwardly perfect. Let me know what you think. Mustang Island. I think you'll like it. Well, there was some kind of like little parade at the Villages in Florida, this weird community that popped up that a lot of people were retiring to. And I just saw some clip of some old lady yelling F Trump to other guys, other like men riding golf carts. I guess that's a thing in these Florida retirement communities, is these golf carts. And some just old, nasty old woman yelling at a guy. It's on camera. It's like, wow. Well, good morning. You're up early today. I'll give you breakfast real soon, okay? All right? Good boy. So, Daddy, why is Grandma yelling, fuck Trump, to that man? Son, shut up and drink your tofu soy latte that Mommy made us. Imagine that. I heard that STDs are rampant at the Villages. Just look it up. The Villages. What is it? Like a 55 and up place? Community that became like a new town. Literally, it's like a new town. The Villages. But there is a wave of STDs. You know, you get these widows and widowers, put them all together, and they all start molesting each other. It's crazy. To me, the Villages is nothing more than the human version of a mouse utopia. Some of you will understand that. You want lobster? I'm thinking Burger King and WA. Did you ever think that the people who don't like you just because of the sound of your voice might cough or spit in your food? Like when you're going through a drive-through of like a fast food place and they just don't like your voice. And on the little receipt, they put like a little dot, and the dot means spit. So the cook, before he or she puts the burger on the bun, just coughs on it or spits on it. I've thought that before. There are people who passive aggressively do stupid things like that. That's why I like restaurants with open kitchens. You never know what goes on behind a closed door, ever. Let's get real. And in the immortal words of St. Augustine, Lord, Deliver me from lust, but not right now. Finish your coffee, and I'll see you tomorrow on the Daybreak Show, your home of sanity, clarity, and reason.